Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into a hidden gem of American coinage history, most valuable top 4 1-cent 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial. First up, the 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial cent, specifically the 2009 Philadelphia Mint, P. Lincoln Bicentennial cent with no visible mint mark, in uncirculated condition. This small penny carries a mighty story and an even bigger potential. So hold tight, because what seems like ordinary pocket change might just be the treasure you never knew you had. 2009 marked the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. In honor of this iconic president, the man who changed the course of American history, the United States Mint did something unprecedented. For the first time in decades, they released a series of 4 special reverse designs on the Lincoln cent, each one representing a significant chapter of Lincoln's life. These 4 designs are known as the Lincoln Bicentennial cents, and they showcase Lincoln's journey, from his humble birth and early childhood in Kentucky to his formative years in Indiana, followed by his professional life in Illinois and finally, his presidency in Washington, D.C. Every coin tells a part of the story, every detail etched in copper meant to honor a legacy that still echoes across the nation. Now, what makes the 2009 Philadelphia, no mint mark, version so interesting is that it quietly stands apart. Unlike coins from Denver that bear a D, or coins from San Francisco with an S, Philadelphia minted cents usually carry no mint mark. This subtle feature, when paired with its uncirculated condition, gives this coin a unique status among collectors. But the rarity doesn't end there. You see, many of these coins never made it into circulation. Because of the recession in 2009, there was less demand for newly minted coins. As a result, these cents, especially in pristine uncirculated condition, became a hot target for numismatists, people who study and collect coins. So when you hold a 2009 P. Lincoln Bicentennial cent in brilliant uncirculated condition, you're not just holding copper, you're holding a piece of history, frozen in time. And while millions were made, only a tiny fraction have survived in flawless condition, giving them both historical and collector's value. Now here's the exciting part. Uncirculated examples of these coins, particularly those graded MS 67 and higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, have sold for as much as $60,000 or more. That's right, a single penny, selling for hundreds of dollars, depending on the design variant and condition. Some rare errors and satin finish versions have gone even higher. Let that sink in. What was once a 1-cent coin in your change jar might now be a collectible valued in hundreds. If you're lucky enough to own a full uncirculated roll, or even better, a graded high-quality example, you could be sitting on a small fortune. But it's not just about the money. It's about the story. It's about preserving a legacy. These coins represent the spirit of resilience, progress, and leadership. In an age where everything moves fast and history is often forgotten, this coin stands as a reminder of the past and a bridge to the future. Now, some people might tell you that these coins are common, that they're not worth collecting. But here's the truth. Value lies in the eyes of those who understand history, those who know how to spot potential, and those who invest in preserving culture through collectibles. The 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial cents are not just coins. They are artifacts. And in the world of coin collecting, demand can rise quickly, especially as more collectors seek out pristine examples of America's historic coinage. So what should you do? Start by checking your collection. Look for those 2009 cents with no mint mark and flawless surfaces. Better yet, have them graded professionally. And if you don't own one yet, now is the time to get your hands on one before prices climb even higher. You can find these coins through reputable dealers, coin shows, and even online auctions. But always verify condition and authenticity. Remember, the cleaner and sharper the coin, the higher its value. And who knows, maybe this coin could be the beginning of your journey into the fascinating world of numismatics. Or maybe it's a surprise windfall hiding in your old piggy bank, just waiting to be discovered. So ladies and gentlemen, don't overlook this tiny copper marvel. The 2009 P. Lincoln Bicentennial cent is more than just a penny, it's a piece of America. A symbol of greatness. And yes, in the right hands, it's valuable. Next up, The 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial cent, specifically the L4 design minted in Denver, marked by the D mint mark. This coin is much more than a small piece of copper. It's a gateway to history, a tribute to legacy, and a potential investment that could surprise you in years to come. Let's begin with what the L4 represents. In 2009, the United States Mint honored Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday with 4 unique reverse designs on the penny, each one reflecting a critical chapter in Lincoln's life. The L4 design, also known as the Presidency in Washington, D.C. reverse, is the final coin in the series. It features the half-finished U.S. Capitol dome, symbolizing Lincoln's time as president during the most turbulent era in American history, the Civil War. This design isn't just artistic, it carries emotion. The incomplete dome represents a country still building itself, a nation striving for unity while its leader navigated the storm. It's a visual narrative of struggle and hope, strength and progress, everything Lincoln stood for. And when such a message is stamped into metal, it transforms a coin into a powerful historical artifact. Now, the 2009 Lincoln L4 cent minted in Denver bears the D mint mark, showing it was struck at the Denver Mint. Denver minted coins are known for their crisp detail and excellent production quality, which means many examples in uncirculated condition have survived, but finding those in top-tier condition is where the real value lies. This coin was released during a time when the economy was in a slump. The recession of 2008 to 2009 meant that fewer people were using physical currency, and even fewer were paying attention to coins like this. That created an opportunity, a quiet moment when a commemorative coin was produced and largely overlooked. But the collectors who were paying attention knew better. Fast forward to today, and this coin's value is rising steadily. In circulated condition, it may fetch a modest price. But in uncirculated condition, especially those graded MS 66, MS 67, or higher by professional grading services, this coin has reached values upwards of $40,000. Some error versions and satin finish issues have sold for even more in auction settings, showing the serious potential this coin holds. So, is it valuable? Absolutely. But more than that, it's growing in value. As fewer pristine examples remain available, the demand among collectors and investors rises. This trend is only expected to continue, especially as the public becomes more aware of Lincoln's Bicentennial series and its historical significance. The future of this coin looks promising. As time passes, coins with a story, coins tied to major historical milestones, always become more cherished. And the 2009 D Lincoln L4 cent has everything going for it: a meaningful design, a connection to an iconic president, limited high-grade availability, and growing popularity among collectors both in the US and globally. Some projections suggest that, in 10 to 15 years, if preserved in perfect condition, this coin could surpass the $51,000 mark in private sales or auctions. Especially if a unique error version surfaces, values could skyrocket much faster. The market for collectible coins is emotional and historic. People don't just buy for value, they buy for legacy, and Lincoln's legacy is eternal. At this very moment, if you have a mint state 2009 DL4 penny, you could sell it for hundreds depending on its condition. Imagine owning a simple penny that could someday fund a weekend vacation, a collector's dream piece, or even a featured item in a rare coin exhibit. So if you're wondering whether it's worth saving or getting graded, the answer is yes, without hesitation. Now is the time. The collectors of the future will be searching for coins like this one. Coins with history. Coins with purpose. Coins that were minted during defining moments. And you can be ahead of the curve. All it takes is attention, curiosity, and a passion for holding history in your hand. The 2009 D Lincoln Bicentennial L4 cent isn't just copper and zinc. It's a symbol of transformation, both for a nation and for the collector who knows its worth. Next up, we're talking about the United States of America 1 cent 1809 to 2009 Lincoln Log Cabin Bicentennial penny, with no visible mint mark, the coin that started the legendary Lincoln Bicentennial series. This coin was released in 2009 to commemorate the 200th birthday of one of America's greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln. The obverse, or front, features the traditional Lincoln portrait that we all know so well. But the reverse, the back of the coin, tells the real story. It shows a simple log cabin, the very home where Lincoln was born in Hardin County, Kentucky in 1809. That image alone captures the raw spirit of Lincoln's beginnings, simple, honest, and built on hard work. Why was this coin made? To honor Lincoln's life and legacy. And not just the man himself, but everything he represented: resilience, integrity, and the belief that anyone, no matter how poor or humble their origin, could rise to the highest office in the land. This coin is a message, a reminder, and a tribute all in one. Now, the version we're focusing on today carries no mint mark, meaning it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Coins from Philadelphia often bear no mint mark at all, and while millions were made, only a small number have survived in high, uncirculated grades, the kind that collectors prize most. In terms of current value, this coin has been gaining traction. Uncirculated and mint-state examples of the 2009 Lincoln Log Cabin penny with no mint mark have fetched prices of up to $30,000 or more depending on the grade. The higher the grade, the higher the value. If a coin is professionally graded MS 67 or above, it becomes significantly more desirable on the collector's market. And yes, there are people actively seeking this coin. Coin dealers, online marketplaces, and collectors groups across the nation and beyond have seen a steady rise in demand for all four designs of the Lincoln Bicentennial series, with the log cabin penny standing out as the foundational piece of the collection. Thousands of coin collectors, both beginners and advanced, are always on the lookout for pristine examples to complete or upgrade their sets. The coin market thrives on nostalgia, rarity, and condition, and the log cabin penny has all three. Not only does it take us back to the roots of Lincoln's life, but it also connects us to a turning point in American history. Holding one of these coins is like holding a symbol of potential, of someone who rose from nothing and changed everything. Some may say it's just a penny, but in the eyes of a collector, it's a treasure. And in the years to come, as pristine examples become harder to find, this coin's value will only continue to climb. That's the magic of coins with a story. They don't just sit in vaults or albums, they inspire. If you have one in your possession, it's worth getting it evaluated. If it has that bright, original mint luster and no signs of wear, you could be looking at a coin that brings both pride and profit. And if you don't have one yet, now is the perfect time to start your search. The longer you wait, the more valuable they become, because time favors those who see the future in what others overlook. Imagine handing this coin down to a child or grandchild someday. A coin that represents more than currency. A coin that symbolizes opportunity, growth, and legacy. That's what the Lincoln Log Cabin penny offers. It's not just for collectors. It's for dreamers. It's for history lovers. It's for anyone who understands that even the smallest things can hold the greatest meaning. This coin was built to remind us of where Lincoln came from. But today, it stands as a reminder of where we can all go. A story minted in copper, waiting to be rediscovered in your collection, your change, or your pocket. Next up, the 2009 P. Lincoln DDR Cent FS 802 in uncertified MS-64 condition with no mint mark. This coin might look like an ordinary penny at first glance, but what lies beneath its surface has driven collectors into a frenzy. It's rare, it's mysterious, and it's making waves in the numismatic world. Let's start with what makes this coin truly special, the designation FS 802. This refers to a known variety of DDR, or double die reverse, meaning that during the minting process, a mechanical error caused parts of the reverse design to be imprinted twice in slightly different positions. The result? Visible doubling in key parts of the design that stand out to collectors, especially under magnification. These errors are not supposed to happen, and when they do, they create rare and valuable collectibles. The 2009 DDR FS 802 is a variety from the Lincoln Bicentennial Cent series, which was minted to celebrate the 200th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. 4 unique reverse designs were introduced, and each one commemorates a different phase of Lincoln's life. The FS 802 variety is specifically linked to the presidency reverse, featuring the U.S. Capitol dome in its earlier stages of construction, a symbolic tribute to Lincoln's time in office during the Civil War. This coin, minted in Philadelphia, carries no mint mark as is standard for coins from that facility. But while millions of these coins were struck, very few display the DDR's 802 error, and even fewer survive in mint state condition, like the MS-64 grade we're focusing on today. MS-64 is a solid uncirculated grade, and while it may not be the highest possible, it still reflects a coin with sharp details, minimal marks, and strong eye appeal. Now let's talk demand. The 2009 FS 802 Lincoln Cent is not a coin you come across every day. Collectors across the country, and around the world, are always on the hunt for DDR varieties. On online forums, in coin shows, and in collector communities, people are actively searching for this rare cent. It fills a unique spot in any Lincoln collection and appeals to both variety specialists and error coin enthusiasts. Because of its scarcity and the growing awareness around Lincoln Bicentennial varieties, this coin's value has climbed steadily. In uncertified MS-64 condition, examples have been known to sell for anywhere from $7,500 to $9,000, depending on the sharpness of the doubling and the overall appearance. Certified coins in higher grades have reached over $10,000, especially when accompanied by strong doubling visibility and professional grading by top agencies like PCGS or NGC. And this is just the beginning. The numismatic market has shown time and again that variety coins, especially error types like DDRs, increase in value as they gain recognition. This coin's future potential is tremendous. As more collectors enter the hobby, and as existing collectors try to complete their Lincoln sets, demand for these rare errors will only rise. Let's not forget the historical backdrop. The 2009 Lincoln series wasn't just another coin release. It was a national celebration, an acknowledgement of Lincoln's legacy and his contributions to the American identity. Each design in that series was made with care and intention. The fact that a rare error slipped into such an important coin release makes it even more exciting. Imagine holding in your hand not just a cent, but a piece of a printing mistake that turned ordinary copper into a collector's dream. The FS 802 double die gives this coin a distinct visual feature, a twist in its story that sets it apart from millions of its identical siblings. It's like finding a golden ticket, hidden in plain sight. And for those of you who have one or are thinking of hunting one down, this is your moment. Search your rolls. Check your collections. Use a magnifier. Because the thrill of finding a DDR FS 802 in the wild is like striking gold. It's a rush. It's history. And it's potentially hundreds of dollars sitting quietly in your hands. So many collectors overlook the power of variety coins. But smart collectors know that rarity, especially when tied to a historically significant issue like the Lincoln Bicentennial series, equals value. And with the FS 802 DDR, the rarity is real, the history is rich, and the reward is waiting. Ladies and gentlemen, don't miss your chance. The 2009 Lincoln DDR FS 802 cent in MS-64 may be uncertified, but its story is certified gold. Get it graded. Hold it. Sell it. Or just treasure it, because coins like this don't come around often, and when they do, they're not just valuable, they're unforgettable.